Yo, what is up, guys? It's me, Eve, again here, playing Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. And as always, we have the new event, and we finally, the comeback of the chest for fragments is here. Finally, we have the selection fragment chest here, number 4 at this point, because we have the new Mado also in this chest being added here. That's a great addition. Obviously, Mado is hard to get, nowhere to get him out of the previous event when he was on the April's Fool, but now he might be appearing more frequently in those special fragments depending on whenever they're gonna be releasing them with the events. So today we're going to talk about who should you be choosing from the fragment chest. Again, there's a lot of good options here, especially with Mado and Hina being the ultimate, like, hard to get characters, especially because there's no other option other than this fragments or some events when they were obviously available to get. So this is two of them are very good options. So let's first of all talk about the options that you definitely don't want to go for. The options for that will be Itori, Hina, and Ryoko. All three of them are characters that you don't really need to, and they're just not really a priority character, especially these two. Itori, obviously not a bad character. She's useful in a lot of PvE content, as well as sometimes you can even use her in the PvP content as well if you're running a red team. But again, she's the meta is not right now on the red team side, but still great character. But I don't think you should be using your fragments to get her from here. Other better options as well is the rabbit as well as the rangy. So rangy was actually removed from exchange right here. Previously rangy was actually in this exchange here, but unfortunately I don't know why, but they, for some reason, they just removed him, so now he's not there. And again, that means that there is also some use for getting him, especially he's still one of the best backup characters, especially for those who want to build Aogiri but they don't have anyone to back up. For example, like Combat Kaneki for new servers, he's not there, so again that would be a great exchange for him. You can put Rangy. He only needs like 3 stars to output all of his best kits on your field, so that's not a bad idea to go for Rangy if you really need someone in the backup. But again, they did some changes for the training. So there's a fragment here, and you can get Yomo from here. So again, that's why I'm talking about him right now. And he's also not a high priority to get. But if you're looking, for example, you're missing 1 copy of him, or maybe you're gonna go for D on him, also not a bad option to get him from here. He's still a great character. He's still useful in any team as a backup unit. Obviously, he doesn't output much for the performance on the field, but in a backup, he's definitely one of the best there. Next option is going to be the Rabbit, because Rabbit is also now available to get in the training here from the fragment chest, from the fragment stages here. You can also get her from there. So now while she's being available in that one, you don't really like, her priority drops down again, because if there's an easy way to get for you the copy of the character, especially for free to play, her priority drops. But again, she's an incredible character for Anteku. But outside that, outside Anteku, there's not much use for her. So that's why, if only you're building Anteku, then good option is to get the Rabbit. Other than that, you can definitely skip her. So other than that, there's also 2 other characters who are more or so a little bit higher priority than Rabbit, I would say. It's gonna be Arima and it's gonna be Akira. So both of them, if I'm not wrong, are not here in the CCG challenge. As you can see here, there is no way to get Arima and her. So their priorities are much higher. But again, why maybe you shouldn't be going for one of them is because Arima, you can get him for free by just doing the daily deals. in the event there, right here. You can get one of these copy every day, as well as from exchange in the real-time arena. You will be able to get the selection chest. That way you can exchange for the red armor as well, and it's pretty easy to get a lot of his copies and get him to a pretty high standard there. In terms of Akira, there is no way to get her other than this chest. So if you were thinking about just getting the character, a great idea to go and get her from here. But again, she's now currently dropping off from the meta, unfortunately, because of the Shinohara existence. He works a little bit better with the CCG, as well as there's, after half anniversary, there's a lot more CCG units, so she might not even be seen in the CCG anymore. That's in that case, unfortunately, again, just because of the meta she's dropping, that's why I'm not putting her in the first priority. But again, she's still a pretty good character. She does a lot of debuffing on the enemies. Just the problem of meta, there's being no much space in CCG anymore, especially with another two characters coming in future. So in that sense, again, Akira is a little bit lower in priority because of that, but she still could definitely be played in CCG, and if you're looking to build CCG, she's a great unit to have. So the last two that I would put the highest priority on is Hina and Mado. So again, Hina is also an insanely great support. She's best support in Anteiku. Obviously, outside Anteiku, you will not really be using her, but she's still very useful in for example, PvE fights, like boss fights there, all of that stuff. She's really good there as well. Again, maybe not every aspect of PvE, but still a really great unit, especially for the weekly challenges with the boss fight there in the organization. Sometimes you will need to use her, so it might as well get one copy of her just so you have her, especially as there's no other way basically to get her. So that's why I'm recommending to at least get one copy. That would be good for you. In terms of Kuryomato, he is the new backup character for the CCG, an extremely good one. Definitely recommend getting him, especially with CCG right now becoming stronger and stronger with basically each character that they release. And he's gonna be a great addition to the whole team. He definitely holds the big place there. So in that sense, that's why I am telling you that this is a really good option to get him from here. Even if you have him, getting him like to 1 to 3 stars, depending on what star you are right now, there's also a very big option that you can get from here. And that's why I'm mostly giving the first priorities to these two. So in terms of priorities, I would say 1 and 2, so basically exchangeable. Like this is basically going to be a first priority. Second priority is Arima or Akira, depending on if you want to go for just get one copy of Akira. Sure, you can do this. If you're building Arima, then this is a good option. You can go and just get all of his copies. You can even just not get Hina and backup Mado, but if you're gonna build CCG, then definitely Mado needed here. And then you can go for one copy of Arima and one copy of Mado as well. After that, so the second priority here, these two. Third priority is gonna be Rangy and Rabbit. These are the characters for basically more scuffed, in my opinion, because, for example, Rabbit only plays in Anteiku, so if you're building Anteiku, then Rabbit is a great idea. If you're going, Rangy is just overall really good backup character, but again, with Mado, Combat Kaneki being there, you don't really need, for example, for Aogiri and for CCG, you don't need a backup character that much anymore. But again, if you don't have Combat Kaneki, Rangy could be your way to go here. And the last one is going to be Itori, Hina, and Ryoko. Unfortunately, again, Itori is not a bad character. She's definitely really good. It's just that getting some of these characters is a little bit more important because they are limited to only this chest, and Itori is not that limited. You can still get her copies from... like as you can see, I have a 41. You can get her from just exchanging stuff. If I'm not wrong, she should be here as well. Yeah, like you can get her from here. You can get her from campaign, if I'm not wrong as well, you will be able to get her from this chest. Oh no, maybe I'm wrong there, but at least you're gonna be able to get her from these, just randomly exchanging these two for every day. You'll get the chance to get her from here, and you'll definitely get her to like a few stars after a while. That's why I'm not giving her that much of a priority there. So this is how you want to go for it. Definitely your choices should be yours, like depending on what you need. You can choose for yourself. Again, if you just like the character, for example, you like Itori, you can go for Itori, or you like Rabbit, even though you don't have a Anteku, but you just really like Rabbit, you can go for her for sure. It's your account, your choice, so do whatever you like. Other than that, hopefully you've liked the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, as well as I stream every day. I might as well be streaming right now, so you can check it out. And if you don't want to miss any streams, you can join the Discord. I always post notifications before the stream there, so you can join in so you don't miss anything. Other than that, hopefully you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.